If you are 35 years old without marriage, are you still waiting for your true love? I would say it might be the case since I'd prefer to stay single rather than end up with the wrong person. It is not a surprise, I believe, because there are plenty of people who still enjoy their every moment without a life partner. On the one hand, the number of divorces and unhappy marriages have been increasing tremendously over the years, and its consequences are upsetting, such as dysfunctional family, domestic violence, child neglect, and the list could go on. On the other hand, people can find happiness in different places and activities without committing their life to one particular person, especially with those who aren't worth it. Therefore, I wouldn't settle for anything less than what I deserve. Who will pay for the wedding cost? Man or woman or both, and why? In my eyes, budget planning for weddings can be an extreme headache, and deciding who pays what might not be easy since there are tons of expenses to cover, such as the rings, floral arrangement, honeymoon, and so on. Hence, I believe, depending on each couple's financial status, they should carefully discuss and choose a cost splitting option that works best for them. For example, if both are financially abundant, they can share the cost equally. Otherwise, one is more well off, can cover a greater portion of the expense. What do you think is the best age to marry? I don't believe there is a right time for anything, marriage included. It is more about the maturity of the two people than the age itself, I think. People mature at a different rates physically and emotionally, and not until after they can fully acknowledge their life issues and handle them with rational and thorough consideration. Are they ready to get settled and find happiness in their marriage life? Besides, a financial situation also plays a significant part in this one is a lifetime decision. Many divorces have been directly resulted from the lack of money or financial insecurity. Therefore, only when people can fully support themselves should they consider to start a family. Do you think weddings in your countries waste lots of money? It's absolutely a yes for me. Maybe I am a minimalist, therefore, I consider weddings one of those occasions when people are willing to pour money down the drain with extremely high and unnecessary items and ceremonies. For example, in Haifa, where I come from, couples tend to have a huge reception where hundreds of guests are invited, while, in my opinion, it should be an intimate one where people can share and celebrate the delight of life with their family and their close friends only. In addition, other wedding expenses, including floral arrangement, invitation, photography, costume, and so many more, also cost people more than they should. Why people use lots of money for weddings? I myself can hardly understand why couples are constantly spending an outrageous amount of money on their weddings, but I may have some thoughts. First of all, it's a once in a lifetime event, at least for most people. Hence, they want to have a lavish celebration which no one can ever forget. Whether it's a wedding invitation or reception venue, everything has to be of top quality. Secondly, big weddings might be a tradition in some countries. It is normal in many cultures to have several ceremonies and celebrations in order to have a fulfilling married life. Last but not least, they can afford it. Some well-off couples love to show off their wealth, and wedding is an ideal occasion. In a traditional family in your country, what male do in the family, and what about female? In fact, women are still responsible for most of the housework in a family, traditional or not. Even though gender equality is actively promoted in modern society, there is still an imbalance in household chores division. Housewives take care of almost everything from cooking, laundering, dishwashing to house cleaning, while their husbands are only concerned with some hard work, occasionally, such as mending pipes or gardening. Do you think men should take care of baby, and why? Well, I believe both mother and father have fundamental roles in a child's development from birth through adulthood. Hence, men should be more active in raising kids since they can boost their children intellectually and socially. Research has shown that children who have a close father child relationship are likely to have better social skills and fewer behavioral problems since they are more emotionally secure. Thus, if you want to raise a well rounded kid, pay attention to them. Do you think men should do housework, and why? I would go as far as to say housework is definitely not women's sole responsibility, and men should share domestic chores with female members in family hands down. I reckon becoming more disciplined and independent is very first a benefit when men take care of their own housework. Most men, especially wealthy ones, prefer to have their housemate do all the housework from cleaning the house to cooking. However, what if she gets sick or has emergency issue? Are they willing to go out with dirty socks? Hence, no one can look after you better than yourself. Furthermore, they are likely to become more understanding and thoughtful husband in the future. So I believe men who are not shy away from housewives' duties will be more well prepared for married life since they don't mind rolling up their sleeves to help their family.